time. This morning on the 1st of July, it's our Motivational Monday.
This morning, the word of the day is wisdom. This is the quality of being wise, having knowledge, and good judgment. Wisdom can lead us to our self-confidence. Every day, there are choices in front of us. Some choices are wise while others are not. Ultimately, this stresses the importance of having wisdom.
Now, with us this morning on Motivational Monday, like always, is Miss Harolyn Benjamin. Thanks so much for joining us.
You guys are just absolutely wonderful. You just make such a great team. Good morning.
Now, you gave us wisdom as the word of the day. Why?
Yeah.
What made you come to this conclusion?
Well, what had happened was I am that person. I'm a fixer. That's just my nature. And what I realized was that there were people that I was offering wisdom to, and they weren't taking it. And so I decided it was stressing me out. It was causing me to look at people a little bit differently. And so I think that when we look at wisdom and we decide that we want to make some changes, our lives will be wonderful. And that's why I chose that word.
Wow. And for those who, who don't have wisdom, what advice could you give to people on how to have wisdom, in their life?
Wisdom really is that little voice that says, that's not good. But most of the time we want to follow our own. We want what we want. And so wisdom says, I'm going to wait on that situation because I want the best. I'm going to wait on that situation because I'm not going to settle. Wisdom means stop, hold, and wait for the right opportunity.
Now, when I hear this, because I was told my entire life that I need to find wisdom, and I'm still out there searching for it, don't get me wrong, I'm looking hard. But some people might think they have it, or some people might have that little voice in their head whispering the wrong things to do. And it might be in their head the right thing, but how would you talk to somebody maybe that's out there that is being skewed by wrong wisdom? Because I think wrong wisdom is out there. What's your thoughts on that?
Let me ask you this. If I said to you right now, just jump up in the middle of this interview, you wouldn't do it, right? Because wisdom said, well, you might. Wisdom says there are going to be consequences to that behavior. And so that's why I want people to look at it. Wisdom is just another level up. I don't want to say common sense because, not being ugly, but there are just some folks who don't use common sense and may not know what it is. And so wisdom says, stop, think, is this the right thing for this moment? There are women and men in relationships who knew that it was not the right relationship for them. They should have used wisdom. There are people who have homes and cars and other things when they knew they should have stopped and allowed wisdom to come in. Wisdom again says to people, it's not something that you can learn. It is something that it just happens when it's supposed to happen.
Now, I'm guilty of some of those things that you just said there. And speaking of common sense, my mama told me growing up common sense was a superpower. And some people were powerful, some people were not. But in total, though, looking at it, it seems to be something that a lot of people are searching for.
Absolutely.
But it's, how do we find it in the crevices?
I think, I remember, as you said with my mom used to say, people with wisdom have gray hair. I used to hear that all my life, so I am just loaded with wisdom. But I think it's one of those things where you just have to stop. Stop and allow who you are and what you know to be true. That really is what wisdom is. It is, I know if I jump up again, my brain said do it, but there are going to be consequences to that. And I think it's not something that I can give you a word or a moment. It is something that is just a learned behavior over time. And some people may not get in until they're in their 80s. It will happen when it happens.
Oh, how do you know when it happens?
Well, you don't make the same decisions. Yeah. You don't make the same decisions. You don't make the same choices. So the things that you might have, the things that you might have done 5 years ago, you no longer do that. So you have a job that requires you to be here at a certain time. Earlier in your career, you probably before you got in your career, you stayed out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just having a good time.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore, right? I've talked to you at 6 o'clock in the evening, you're already preparing for bed because wisdom says, my body is different than it was before I took this job. My responsibilities are different. I've got to be game on, I've got to be in that place. And so it really is just asking yourself a question of, am I doing this because it is the right thing to do, the fun thing to do, or or it's what I want, and I want what I want. And most of the time, if we think about it, really think about it, wisdom will slip in. It might be just a little sliver, but it's there.
Well, I'm looking forward to throughout the week asking myself those questions and saying, you know what, I
Absolutely.
found some of that wisdom you're
Ask
talking
yourself, should you be eating what's those things you eat? Ramen noodles?
Ramen noodles?
Yes.
Ramen
yes.
noodles.
Cheap, reliable,
No,
and
we're
delicious.
working
They're
on
bad
that.
for you. Joseph, they're bad for you.
All three.
See,
Yes.
I used to eat them in college.
yeah.
I stopped eating them.
Yeah.
So I think
You're talking about 1,000 and something milligrams
Yes.
of sodium.
Oh,
That doesn't
yeah.
bother you now, but when you reach this age,
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
My
We're gonna
wisdom
work on
hasn't
that.
hit me yet.
Yes, no, it
hit me
hasn't.
yet. All right.